Hi everyone, Mummy here. I'm just uploading this video to discuss the highs and the lows of pregnancy and what I experienced myself. I want to start off by talking about the pregnancy itself, symptoms that I had, and also positive experiences that I had. At the start, sharing the moment of being pregnant with my partner was an ultimate high. We were both so excited and we made the effort then to share the news with the family. We were a bit undecided because quite a lot of people say you shouldn't let people know until a certain date, but we were both just so ecstatic. We arranged a meal with both of our family, so both parents, on both sides, and we went out for a lovely meal which I'll never forget, and we broke the news to the family together. And it's because I didn't want to just let my parents know, and he didn't want to just let his parents know. We wanted to do it all at the same time, so that was a nice way to do it and something that we won't forget, and we had a lovely meal out of it. So I just want to jump straight into the negatives, because there were negatives that I experienced with pregnancy. Looking back now, I wish I wasn't so upset by them at the time, because pregnancy is so precious. But the ones that I did experience personally, which others might experience too, was morning sickness. That was a big one for me. They call it morning sickness, but it lasts almost all day. Well, it did for me anyway. I found that certain foods triggered it. So before being pregnant, I loved chicken fajitas. That was a big no-go. And sometimes I thought, oh, maybe it's just a one-off, just chicken fajitas this day just triggered it. But then maybe 2 weeks later, I might try fajitas again because I really fancied it, and then it would happen again. So the baby really didn't like chicken fajitas. Other things that made it worse, tea. I used to love drinking tea. I completely went off tea while I was pregnant because it just irritated me and made me nauseous. So that was one of the hardest things for me, because I'd always go around people's houses and be like, cup of tea, and then I was like, no more tea. So it was like, what can I drink instead? And it was mostly water, which was better for the baby anyway, I suppose. But that was something that I really missed. Another negative was that I was absolutely tired all the time. I had really bad fatigue to the point where I couldn't even get out of bed, struggling to just get up in the morning. I used to drive a lot. That had to completely stop because I just didn't have it in me to drive anywhere. And coupled with the morning sickness, that was extreme. I remember once I was driving my partner, we were in the car together, and the sickness had to come out. I couldn't do anything about it. So I'm just driving, I'm just being sick. It was awful. And it was a real worry as well while I was on the road. So that had to stop. I also had really bad headaches. They were just horrible. Another negative would be the worry. I found that while I was pregnant, I was constantly worrying really about the baby, just wanting to know if the baby was healthy, etc. But there were nights where I'd wake my partner up and I'd have to listen to music. He'd have to reassure me. The midwife, she reassured me a lot, which was great. And in the appointments where I could listen to the baby's heartbeat is when I finally was able to relax completely. But then it would also come back. I don't know if any other mums or mums-to-be have experienced that, but if you could let me know in the comments below, because I'd be interested to find out. Let's go to the positives. Back to the positives. Positives. That's what I love to discuss. So being pregnant was great. Like I said, it was amazing that I had a little human being growing inside me, and she is amazing. She's 4 months now. So being pregnant, I loved listening to the baby's heartbeat. Like I said, that was an absolute positive when I'd go to the midwife appointment and I could listen. At first, the midwife said that wasn't something that they recommend, but if I asked, I could. So I did make the most of that, only because it was very precious for me listening to that baby's heartbeat. Scans, baby scans, oh my gosh, they were amazing. So originally we were only set to have 2 scans. But because my baby was oversized, we had an additional 2, so we had 4 scans in total, and they were amazing. Every moment, as soon as you're in there and they show you that scan, it's just, the emotion is just unbelievable. I had tears in my eyes each time, and then coming out, I would just be ecstatic. It's a moment I shared with my partner on all 4 occasions, which was amazing. And I'd come out and I'd look at the scan photo because they'd give it to you instantly, and I'd just be like, oh my god, that's our baby, oh look, and oh, I still got him now, and I've got him in photo albums because I just loved it, and it was just such a nice experience. And thankfully, every time we went there to have the scan, the health professionals there were amazing as well, and actually made us even more excited for the baby, if that's possible. I'm just wondering what other mums or mums-to-be experience was with having baby scans, because while I was at the scan, I was asked the healthcare professionals if I could listen to the baby's heartbeat, and they said no, that's not something they do. But other people I know from a few years ago were actually puzzled that they wouldn't let me listen to the baby's heartbeat at the scan. The only time I could actually listen to the baby's heartbeat was when I was at my midwife's appointment, which was in a totally different environment and setting. So I would be interested to find out if other mums actually heard it while they were at the ultrasound scan. If you could comment below just to let me know, that would be interesting. Another incredible part of being pregnant was the baby kicks. I absolutely loved it when I could feel the baby movements. I still remember the first time. It was just something so special and something that I'd never experienced before. And when I got to share it eventually with my partner, because at first he couldn't feel it, and as the baby got stronger, it was just like reliving it all over again, and just getting to feel the kick and how strong she was just incredible. I can't even fully describe how important and amazing that experience was. My baby, she had a set time that she would kick. The midwife told me that that is common, that there are set times and you'll notice a pattern and a routine. Personally, with my baby, she would be a night bird or a night owl, and she would keep me awake with kicking, and sometimes she would have like a right kicking fast in there, and it would be like, oh my gosh, I cannot sleep. But it was just amazing. But that's something to look out for as well, because that is what happens. Sometimes I found that later in the evening that she might be a bit delayed, but I would always contact the health professional because that's what they told me to do, and then they would give me advice regarding that. Thank you for watching. These are just a few highs and lows of the pregnancy that I experienced, and I hope that I was able to share a little insight in my pregnancy with you guys. Please like and subscribe for more content. Thank you.